Hello, my Lumberton Vets League faithful. It's your commish here, a little underdressed, but had to represent the greatest league in Lumberton history. To close season 1, there's some business that I have to attend to at an undisclosed location. We indeed will be burning as a memento to the team formerly known as the Bricklayers. They had a great season, a great try, a great group of gentlemen. Love them all. But at the end of the day, last place team gets the burning. We will be removing them and creating 2 new expansion teams as well as a replacement team for the Bricklayers. For the replacement team, we will be introducing to you, drum roll please, the Lumberton Desperados. Not looking into the future, we have things to attend to now. The LvL Ringer 99 Memento jersey. Woo! Thought the commissioner didn't have some toys, huh? Nice knowing you. It is time, my friends. Yes, it is time. It was a fun run, Bricklayers. It was real fun. But somebody had to do it. Woo, 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 woo. Morgan Summers, the captain of the team formerly known as the Bricklayers, will resume as a captain for season 2. Granted, he was last place. He gave it his best efforts. I hope that everyone learned their lesson here today at LvL Academy. Again, guys, this is what ends up happening if you end up in last place. You get burnt. Let's not be last place next year. Commish out. Hello, Lumberton Vets League faithful. It's the commissioner here. Just wanted to check in with the moment you've all been waiting for, the decision. At the end of season 1 of LvL, we asked all players to fill a questionnaire to determine if they wanted to leave the current franchise they played for into season 2 or stay with the current franchise from season 1. The beauty of this was that we had a 100% retention rate for next season, which will begin in January of 2026. Draft will take place in mid-2025, November 25. But for now, we're going to focus on this great list I have presented here together from all the data you guys sent me, reached out to me personally. I appreciate everybody taking the time. It was very important for me to hear from you, the player, your decision. So, as mentioned in the pregame video, the Bricklayers have been relegated after being in last place for season 1. Morgan Summers, the captain of the Bricklayers, will be given one more opportunity to be captain. If he comes in last place next season, he will not be a captain for 3 seasons. It's very important to understand he did a great job as captain. We call him Moyo Summers, OG Vets legend. Played out there for 15 years. His team's problem was absenteeism at the plate. They showed up with 5 or 6 guys every game, and it was tough for them to overcome the Titans of the LvL. So, I will give him another opportunity. The LvL has decided he will be a captain of a future franchise. The team replacing his franchise, the Bricklayers, will be the Desperados. Cole Ferguson, Eli Ferguson, Marshall Bell, Jeremy Garza, Aaron Weller, Will Fussell, and Justin Sims will all enter the LvL draft portal as members of the Bricklayers, or the team, I should say, formerly known as the Bricklayers. We'll go ahead and start the list now. We're going to go with the second place team, the all-around guys. They played phenomenal together. We got the Ankle Breakers, and Efrain Ramirez has a squad of some dogs. Every Ankle Breakers player has decided they will stay and retain ownership of said Ankle Breakers. That would include Jeffrey Herreros, Randy Verdine, Josh Romano, David Collerman, Elliot Hudson, Trace Palladino, and Braden Rayan. The next team we'll look into is the Wolfpack. We have a team that will retain the following players and will stay on the Wolfpack team for Season 2. Decarius Butler, Gavin DeTellis, Ricky Mays, the captain of the Wolfpack, and Jansen Wall. The players that will enter the LvL draft from the Wolfpack are as follows: Chris Wilson, Brett NYC Taylor, Mr. S, Jake Dobbins, and Seth Corcoran. For the Lumberton Rockets, Captain Ethan Escanier will retain captainship. Everyone on his team will stick around, except for one player. That means Sammy Mitchell, Jonathan Gravis, DK Smith, Joel Boykin, Mike West, and Troy Bolzer will all stay with the Lumberton Rockets. Jordan Williams has decided to opt out and join the LvL draft. The next team we'll discuss is the 409ers, a fan favorite of sorts. Everybody loved their jerseys, but could they play was the questions asked. Riddled by injuries early, the team won out after injuries of sorts. They're a tough team, and I believed everybody was going to stay. Hey, these guys even have secondary market merchandise, logos, hats, you name it. These guys, I've heard it 409er till I die. But needless to say, decisions had to be made for every player. Almost everyone for the 409ers decided to stay. For Caden Bayless, the captain, 2 players decided to leave. That would mean the players remaining with the 409ers for Season 2 will be the captain Caden Bayless, Cade Harmon, LJ Johnson, George Williamson, Gabe Williams, Clayton Sexton, Bo Champagne. Terrence Durham is on the IR right now. We haven't gotten an update on him for a few weeks. We're hoping he could maybe make it back, but as of right now, he may be sitting out next season. I'd imagine he'll be back the following. Hats off to him for giving it his all. Hopefully he gets better before next season. But as of right now, I haven't gotten a decision from Terrence. The 2 players that will be leaving the 409ers are Jared Birdman Yelverton, will take his talents to the free agency. The other player, a leader of sorts, a leader of men, Curtis Piranha Watley, came to me after the season closed and said, I have champion aspirations. I have the pedigree to be the captain of my own ship. For a young man to come to me and explain that to me, I had to think about it. He's a heck of a player. He's a scoring title. Is that even fair? We had to ask these questions. We came to a resolution that absolutely if Curtis Watley wants to be a captain of his own ship in his decision, we would give him the opportunity to do so. With that being said, Curtis Watley has decided to leave the 409ers franchise and become expansion team captain for the fan and player favorited logo, the Lumberton Grizzlies. Hats off to his decision. I know it was tough. The 409ers are a tight-knit group. Things had to change. Heads had to roll. The final team, again, a huge shakeup, heads rolling of sorts, are the Dukes of Lumberton situation. A near dynasty franchise. Honorary captain Spencer Shaw has opportunities outside of our area, and he will not be present for season 2. Hats off to him for taking the championship last season. He has to pass along his captain ability as an honorary captain who didn't play to a player, and the player that will be selected as the captain for the Dukes of Lumberton will be Dukes of Lumberton player Levi Entz, second team all defensive Levi Entz. He will be retained for season 2 and become captain. The other players that have decided to stay with the Dukes of Lumberton are Jonathan Vanya, Bradley Turner, and Owen Ayers. The players that have decided to enter the LvL draft portal from the Dukes of Lumberton are Joe Maggart, Danny Riddick, Devin Christofferson, and MVP Trey Grubbs. The league's been shaken up a little bit. Well, that is the decision, guys. I didn't make it, but there is one other decision I had to make. We have one other expansion team selected by the fans, the Lumberton Outlaws. They needed a captain. We speak about championship pedigree. There was a guy in mind I hoped would take the job even last season, and he declined. Previous player of the Wolfpack, Mr. Brett Taylor, NYC, has decided to opt in and be the captain of the Lumberton Outlaws. I hope everyone enjoyed the information I've shared. Lumberton Vets League is something special. We have many tricks up our sleeve, all in fairness and the best interest of our players first, then the fans. We run a tight-knit organization. We have a group of individuals that were incredible this year, that made everything work as close to as possible that we wanted to visualize as the greatest experience in basketball that you can have as an amateur player in Southeast Texas. We've attracted some very incredible talent coming into season 2 to fill these expansion slots. I'm talking all-state players, guys from out of the woodwork, Southeast Texas boys. I even have some guys from Houston that want to come down here. Hey, the strongest will survive. This is the most elite basketball you can play until you get to the collegiate level or you get to the pros, but we're getting there, baby. The basketball last year was phenomenal. I expect the level of play to be even higher next year. So, teams, you now have a small blueprint for your team leading into the draft. I would encourage you to get with the homies, get with your teammates. If you want to grab this cup, the LvL Get Up Cup next year, you want to hoist this above your head, you better start practicing now. You better start building some chemistry if you didn't have it already. It's go time now. For all players returning, their respective position in the draft from season 1, as well as their performance in season 1, will dictate which draft pick they will assume as a retained player, meaning like keepers in fantasy. So, for example, if you were drafted as third round pick in season 1 and you are retained and stay, your team next year will not get a third round pick. If you left, your team would get that third round pick to select someone in the LvL draft portal. Capiche? That's all we have here, folks. It's time to grind. I know there's a lot of things going on in everyone's lives. That's the beauty of this. We all have to find time to grind on the hoops, your body, your mind, your soul, your spirit. I want this to be an enlightening experience for everyone in this league. I want you guys to really have the greatest experience in basketball you can with the LvL. And I think we're going to accomplish that in season 2, gentlemen. Thank you all for entertaining. Thank you all for playing. Any new players, start practicing now. You'll need it. The guys are ready to go. The Lumberton Vets League season 2 will be the greatest. This isn't me saying this. You guys heard Donald Dump. He told you what you need to know. Commish out.